Alright, so this is a brand new video for you guys. It's been a minute. I've been gone. Today we're going to do the top 5 things I think you should know if you're looking to buy a Tesla. Some things I didn't know when I first bought my Tesla, or maybe I knew but I really didn't think about. So before we get into the video, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It just helps me out. Drop a comment down below. Obviously join the Dream Squad if you want to be a part of all the Tesla updates and see how I'm enjoying my Tesla, what new upgrades I do to it, etc., etc. If you're into Tesla videos and things like that, vlogs, this is the place to be. And leave that like and subscribe, and your comment and everything just helps me rank up higher so more people like you can see my videos. And don't forget, down below, I keep my referral code. So if you're thinking about getting a Tesla, if you love my Model Y and you want your own, go ahead and use my referral code and place your order today. Even if you already placed your order and you didn't use a referral code, we both get 1,000 miles. So it'll help both of us out. So let's get this video started. The first thing that I knew about, but you know, I couldn't really gauge until you actually have the car, is, you know, just drive an electric vehicle and, you know, the way it makes you feel with like the no sound and how fast the acceleration is. My wife and my son sometimes get motion sickness. I don't know if it's the way we drive or it's just the vehicle, but that's something to consider. I think when I Googled it, it seems to be a common occurrence with Teslas that people have issues with motion sickness. So if you get motion sickness in the regular car or in general, that's something you might want to think about if you purchase a vehicle like this, because, you know, when it accelerates, it's pulling you back. So it's something that you want to, you know, maybe think about. No, you don't want to be sick driving a car like this, you know. So keep that in mind. Number 2 is the voice commands. I knew about it, but I didn't know that there were certain voice commands that you can use to like that were like kind of different. So I'm not gonna go through all of them, but the funniest one that like my kids was showing me. The funniest one that my kids were showing me was this butthole one to open the charge port. So if you hold this down, then the little Siri thing come up, open the butthole. Then it opens up the charging port. That's kind of ill. Close the butthole. And then it closes the charging port. So I think that's crazy, and you can do a lot of stuff. You can put on like, you can change the, you know, the climate in the car. You can put on your heated seats, and there's a whole bunch of features. There's a lot of features you can use with the voice commands on the car that I didn't know about. It's a long list. The engineers at Tesla were quite busy and bored when they came up with some of these terms, but that's one of the. I don't want to make this video too long, but that's one of the voice commands that I thought was pretty interesting and funny, because it kind of is shaped like a butthole, I'm not gonna lie. But next we got I think this one's a big one. Number 3, I got the varying charge times and when you're taking trips. So I recently took a trip out to Portland, Oregon, which is about it's about 2 hours away. So it's about a 4-hour not commute, but a 4-hour travel time. And I was with my family, and you know, I had a little bit of anxiety, I can't lie. There was charging stations on my way. There was plenty of charging stations, so I didn't have to worry. It wasn't anxiety to the point where I felt like I didn't have any way to charge my car. But you know, it got to the point I also didn't charge my car to 100%. So, and I have if you don't know, I have the long range Model Y, so I have about 320 miles if I charge it up to 100%. I believe I only charged it to 90%, which is about 304 miles. And that took me, I feel like it took me longer than expected. It took me about 35 minutes, almost 40 minutes to charge my car at 90%. And my car was not dead at all. So I'm not sure why it took so long this particular day. It wasn't many Teslas at the Supercharger. So that's an issue I find a little bit. It doesn't really bother me too much, but you know, if my car is completely dead, I understand it's taking like 40 to 45 minutes, but I never let it get past the lowest this car has been is probably like 50 miles per hour. So it's never lower than that. And on average, it usually takes me about 20 minutes, 20 to 25 minutes to charge the vehicle. But these last couple times, it's been taking about 40 to 35 minutes. I'm not sure what's going on with the power sources out here, but it's just been taking a lot longer. And luckily, when I was out there in Portland, I even got to get some juice from, I went to Topgolf and they had the free electric vehicle chargers. So that was giving me about 22 miles per hour. So that even helped, but I didn't have enough going back for a round trip. I didn't have enough to make it back home, even though I spent about 2 hours at Topgolf. So I probably got an extra 44 miles just sitting there. So just something to consider. Just if you're taking longer trips, this car works way better for like the commute. But when it comes to taking longer trips, you know, you're gonna spend a lot of your time at the charger because you don't want to risk it. So food for thought. Number 4, like I was kind of saying, you get that range anxiety a lot driving this car because, you know, it's not like a gas station on every corner. You're gonna have to find I got about 5 different apps for where to charge my phone. If I'm going to the airport and if the person I'm picking up is not there on time, I'm looking for a charger to charge, get some more juice. And it's just a way of life now. So, you know, range anxiety is real. If you're taking longer trips, you know, you definitely always looking for a place to plug up. And fortunately, now that EVs and Teslas are so popular, there are a bunch of chargers, even on PlugShare. There's a bunch of places where people actually share their chargers to the public. So it's actually pretty beneficial. So you're not kind of restricted to where you go. As Teslas and more EVs get more popular, you know, they should be way more common in like the shopping centers and the malls, and maybe gas stations will even start including them at their gas stations and things like that. Right now, Superchargers in my area mostly are like around Targets and a few shopping centers and like that, but mostly around Targets and stuff. There's always pretty much a Supercharger there, so that's cool. You can always go and shop, run errands while your car charges for the 20 to 40 minutes or so. Last thing I would say I didn't know, and it's probably the reason why I got this vehicle. So I got the Model Y long range and I upgraded to the 7-seater. And if you've seen the 7-seater, I'll put some clips in the video. It's kind of tight back there. It's more so for I have 2 small kids. I have a 4-year-old and a 8-year-old, and they fit that back there fine for now. But it does mess up. Their feet can only fit if you move forward the middle row. So as they get older and their legs get bigger, like let's say if I put if me and my wife sat back there, or some adults sat back there, this middle row, in order for their legs to fit, this middle row would be non-existent. So I think that's a big issue. I think the 7-seater should be built on a bigger platform, kind of like the Model X. So yeah, let me make sure I got that on tape. golly. So I feel like that's an issue, having the seven-seater Model Y. I feel like it's not big enough. It should be more space. And then on top of that, it takes away from the trunk. So then your trunk suffers from space. Is a lot smaller. So if you, like I said this in previous videos, so if you have smaller kids that need strollers and stuff like that, I find it kind of hard to fit the stroller in there. I get it to fit because the trunk is deep, so you can stand it up into the deep trunk. But if you're trying to lay it out, if you got one of those big bulky strollers, you're not gonna fit it. So if you're a big family and you're looking for that third row and you're looking for it to be spacious with kids, there's not really no foot room, and I personally wouldn't recommend it. I would just go for the Model X personally if I had to choose again. And if I was looking to spend that type of money, I would go for the Model X. But you know, if you know your kids are small and you know you're not planning on having this car for too long, I would say this will work fine. But if they're bigger kids and you need that third row, I don't know, it's not gonna be working. If it's gonna be tight, I can tell y'all that. But thank y'all for watching my video. That's all I got. Leave a comment down below if you got a Model Y. Tell me a little bit about your Tesla. Don't forget to use my referral code. Let's chat more down below. And it's your boy Chris, and I'm out.